Okay, so the first question I got, it says multiply, but again, really we're just simplifying. Right, so what I'm looking for are like terms in the top and bottom. 3 divided by 3 is 1. X squared divided by x is, if you want, you can do the 2 minus 1. There's more x's in the numerator than there is in the bottom, right? So your x term should end up top. The way we did that was we did 2 minus 1, right? And I don't have to worry about him anymore. Same idea with the y term. There's a y to the first down here, so it's 3 minus 1. So I don't have to worry about him. And then the 2 goes into 2 once and into 4 2 times. So that mess becomes x to the first. Well, this 2, I'll write that first. 2 x to the first power, y to the second power. And then everything's gone in the denominator, right? So that's it. That's my answer. Over 1, which I don't really need to do. I've got questions on that one. Hold them to the end, maybe. So let's take a look at the next one. X minus 3, x plus 3, factor. The first thing I should do really is change this to multiplication problem, right? Which is what I said before. So the first numerator, x minus 3, x plus 3, or x plus 3 times x minus 3, doesn't matter. Divided by x plus 4 times, flip this guy upside down, x plus 4, x minus 3. And then I start looking for my like terms. It's pretty clear. Everything goes away but the x plus 3. Questions? Go ahead, Griff. Yeah?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be over xy because it's y cubed and you don't have enough to take away the y on the bottom as well?
So this was just y to the first, right? Yeah. And then it's y cubed on top.
Right.
So if you just look at this, do you see it? Y is y squared?
Yeah.
Good. How about the second one? Second one, we get that answer? It's got questions on 2. All right, so look at number 3. This is the tough one, I think. This is the long problem. So it's divided by, so let's go ahead and change it real quick to give me 12x squared minus 22x plus 8. You could kind of factor it as you flip it around to save yourself some trouble. 2x squared plus 4x. And then I flip the second one upside down, right? So I change it to multiplication, and it's 3x squared plus 2x minus 8 on the bottom. Okay. Now I got 2. This one shouldn't be too bad to factor right here. Hopefully that one factor pretty easily. I factor out a 2x, and that gives me 2x plus 2. All right. Now this one I'm going to need the AC method for, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. AC would be 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. So I need to find 2 numbers that multiply together to give me negative 24, and the same 2 numbers that add together to give me 2. Did anybody find those 2 numbers? Somebody did. Multiply together to give you negative 24, and add together to give me positive 2. 6 and 4, right? 6 times 4 is 24, as long as the 4 is negative. So 6 and negative 4, the whole point of the AC method is to rewrite that middle term, 2x. In this case, I'm going to rewrite it as 6x minus 4x. Right? So that gives me 3x squared plus 6x minus 4x minus 8. And then I do factor by grouping. Right? So I factor a 3x out of the first 2 terms, because that's my common factor. 3x, and that leaves me with x plus 2. I factor a 4 out of the second 2 terms, that's my common factor, and that leaves me with x plus 2. And after all that work, I've factored that one denominator as 3x plus 4 times x plus 2. That's just one of the parts of one of the fractions, right? And then I got to do the same process for this guy, only that guy has the GCF first, right? Did everybody see the common factor there? Should be 2 or 4? 2, right? 2, and that leaves me with 6x squared minus 11x plus 4. So what I'm going to do when I factor this, first I factor the GCF out. Remember, I don't really worry about that 2. I'm just going to do the AC method on what's left. 6x squared minus 11x plus 4. here we go. AC equals 24. Was anyone able to find, if it factors, maybe it doesn't factor, was anyone able to find two numbers that multiply together to give me 24 and add together to give me negative 11? 8 and 3 is correct. Good, 8 and 3. So if you have trouble finding your multiples of 24 or trouble finding those two numbers, just list all your multiples of 24. 24 times 1, 12 times 2, and then we got 6 and 4. Sometimes 8 and 3 is the guy that's not so obvious, right? But if I'm going to get positive 24 and a negative 11, it's got to be those two numbers. And remember, the whole point of the AC method is just to rewrite the 3-term polynomial or quadratic as 4 terms. Okay, it's getting a little lengthy. So what I have now is, I'm trying to factor this, so it's 6x squared minus 11x, but it's no longer 11x, it's minus 8x minus 3x, and it's a plus 4. Factor by grouping. Factor the GCF out of the first two terms, which is 2x. 3x minus 4. And then, how do I get a 3x minus 4 from those two guys? What do I have to factor out to change the sign of those? I have to factor out a negative 1, which leaves me with 3x minus 4. And then finally, I got 3x minus 4 times 2x minus 1. All the factoring is now done. I'm going to have to organize myself because this is a mess. Remember, there was a 2 outside originally, right? So I want to bring him back down. So this is a 2 there. That is my first numerator. So that's my numerator. So let's rewrite the problem. My denominator, my first denominator is the 3x. Write that there. Times my second numerator, once it was factored, was 2x times, that doesn't look right. Factor out a 2x. I got a typo here. What is it? Anybody see it? It's not right. If I factor out a 2x out of 2x squared plus 4x, it should be 2x times x plus 2. Not that. Okay, 2x times x plus 2 is here. And then my second denominator was 3x plus 4 times x plus 2. 3x plus 4 times x plus 2. All the hard work is now done. And I'm going to cancel out some like terms. Those are gone. Was that 3x plus 4 or 3x minus 4? That's 3x plus 4. No, 3x minus 4. Another typo. Right here, what do I factor out of those two guys to get a 3x or an x plus 2 in the parentheses? I got to factor a negative out of there, right? Which is usually what we always do. If these are both negative, I should factor out a negative 4. And I realized I had a mistake. I'm glad I did that because I realized a lot of times with these problems, you get a lot of like terms here. So I figure if one of them's 3x minus 4, the other one's 3x plus 4, there's a good chance I messed up, which I did. That should be minus, and now I can kill those two guys off. And the x's cancel out. I think that's it. So in the top, I have my final numerator should be 2 times 2x plus 1, 4 times 2x, I should say minus 1. And on the bottom, is it just 3? I think it's just 3. I'm going to stop that video. It's getting too long.